Hi, I'm Georgia.
And I'm David, and we spent the past 2.5 years slow traveling Mexico. During that time, we visited all 32 states, 100 Pueblos Mágicos, and 57 archaeological zones.
And in this video, we're going to show you our top 12 archaeological zones. We did try to narrow it down to 10, but we simply couldn't. So here's our 12 favorites.
Coming in at number 12 is Colon Leach. This Mayan archaeological zone is located in the state of Quintana Roo and can often be visited from the cruise port of Costa Maya in Mahahual. What we enjoyed most about this archaeological zone is that if you watch the cruise port schedule, you can manage to have this place all to yourself. You really get to feel like an explorer, climbing pyramids and finding ruins covered by jungle. The most impressive feature of this site by far is the Temple of the Masks, which is a large pyramid with huge carved masks on the side. Unfortunately, when we were there, they were restoring them, so hopefully they will look even better when you visit.
Taking the number 11 spot is Tula. This archaeological zone is located just outside the city of Tula in the state of Hidalgo. This is the only Toltec site on our list. Since this site is so centrally located, it is quite popular, but for good reason. There are two features that make this site so unique. The first is, at the top of the main pyramid, there are 4 13-foot tall columns carved in the shape of Toltec warriors. You can actually climb up the pyramid to get an up-close view. This pyramid is on the smaller side, however, it is highly decorated. There are sculpted friezes of human beings being devoured by snakes. These were some of the most intricate and well-preserved carvings we saw in all of Mexico.
In at number 10 is El Tajín. This archaeological site is located just outside the town of Papantla in the state of Veracruz. This is a site built by the Totonaca people. The most impressive features here are the many niches on the buildings. The most impressive is the Pyramid of Niches, which has 365 niches representing the days of the year and 4 sides to represent the 4 seasons. The site is huge, so although it is very popular, it is easy to find your own quiet spot. If you're lucky, you may be able to catch the Danza de los Voladores show just outside the entrance.
Archaeological zone number 9 is Caba, which is located just an hour and a half from the city of Mérida in the state of Yucatan. This Maya site is part of the Ruta Puc, which we spent over a week exploring, and highly recommend doing so if you have the time. Caba was one of our favorites due to its elaborate carvings and sculptures. Since we arrived early in the morning, we had the site to ourselves, which of course makes it feel even more special. The Codes Pop building was our favorite. The front is covered in masks of the water god Chalk, with his elephant-like nose, and on the back was a very impressive sculpture depicting the rulers of the site.
Taking the number 8 spot is Tenanpuente, a Mayan archaeological site located just 15 minutes south of the Pueblo Mágico of Comitán in the state of Chiapas. Tenanpuente ended up being one of our favorites due to the fact that it has very few visitors and its layout forces you to climb stairs and pyramids to discover its different levels. These two factors really gave us the explorer feeling. At every turn, it seemed like we were discovering a new part of the site. The site is fairly large, consisting of more than 60 structures.
I'm sure you've heard of this one before. We're giving the number 7 spot to the world wonder of Chichen Itza. This Mayan site is located just 2.5 hours from the popular resort destination of Cancun. Obviously, this site is super popular and always busy. We do recommend getting there at opening so you can enjoy a few uncrowded moments. The El Castillo Pyramid is truly spectacular. We also found the massive ball court impressive, as well as the Temple of the Warriors, with its patio of 1,000 columns. Our favorite part was the Old Chichen section. It had far fewer visitors and some very impressive carvings.
Unfortunately, our number 6 spot is not easy to get to. The Mayan Archeological Zone of Calakmul is located in a jungle biosphere which is protected in the state of Campeche. We stayed in the town of Espujil, which is the closest decent-sized town and still requires a 45-minute drive down the highway and an additional hour and 15-minute drive through the biosphere to reach the site. Let me tell you, it was completely worth it. When we arrived, we were greeted by the sounds of howler monkeys playing in the trees above our heads. And if this wasn't magical enough, you can climb both of the tallest pyramids at the site, which give you a view above the jungle extending for miles in all directions. The site is quite large, with many smaller pyramids, temples, and patios.
Our number 5 spot is much easier to get to, and it's located just 20 minutes outside the city of Oaxaca. Monte Alban is a Zapotec site located high atop a hill with a great view of the valley below. The desert landscape and impressively huge plaza surrounded by temples and pyramids make this site particularly memorable. This is one of the oldest sites on our list. Building appears to have started as early as 500 BC, and its peak was between 100 BC and 200 AD, when it had an estimated population of over 17,000 people. We also enjoyed the carved stone monuments known as Los Danzantes.
In at number 4 is the Mayan site of Santa Rosa Xtampac, located in the state of Campeche, and 2.5 hours from the city of Campeche, or 3 hours from Mérida. Since the site is so remote, it receives very few visitors, and we were lucky enough to have the site all to ourselves. This site is another one that offers that explorer feeling. The jungle still covers many of the structures, but the ones that have been excavated are truly impressive. Unlike most other sites, a pyramid is not the focal point here. Instead, it is a large 3-story building known as the Palace, which has a total of 44 rooms. This structure is truly unique and took our breath away. Sadly, you can't climb on it or enter it, but we were able to walk through the snake mouth portal, which is definitely our second favorite structure.
And now, finally, we've made it to our top 3. Taking 3rd place is Uxmal. This Mayan site is located just an hour south of the city of Mérida in the state of Yucatan. Here, the main focal point is the Pyramid of the Magician, which is over 130 feet tall. This is a very popular site, so it's another one that you'll want to get to early to avoid the crowds. It is also part of the Rutapuk and has similar detailed carvings and friezes like we saw at Kaba. Up on the hill is the Governor's Palace, which provides great views of the rest of the site. We also really enjoyed all the details on the House of the Turtles. This site is fairly compact and easy to explore.
Our second favorite archaeological site is Bakan. This site is located near Calakmul, but is much less popular, so it's easy to have this place all to yourself, especially if you arrive early. We loved this Mayan site because it gave us the explorer feeling. My favorite part was the first pyramid that we came to. We were able to climb inside to get a better view of the first plaza. Another thing we loved about this site is that you could climb on everything. It seemed like nothing was off limits. There are multiple tall pyramids surrounding 3 different plazas. We actually thought we had seen everything and were getting ready to leave when we stumbled upon the 3rd plaza. So I definitely recommend downloading the map of Bakan so you don't miss anything when you visit.
Our absolute favorite archaeological zone in all of Mexico is Cantona, and it is located just an hour and a half outside of Puebla City. I think one of the reasons we loved it so much was that it was a site we weren't able to find a lot of information on, so we had no idea what to expect when we got there. It is easily the largest site we visited in all of Mexico, yet only 10% of the site has been excavated. In Cantona, there have been 27 ball courts discovered so far, and it's believed that over 90,000 people lived here at its peak. Adding to its mystery, archaeologists are unsure as to who the original inhabitants were, but it is speculated that it was last inhabited by the Olmecs. The site covers 12 square kilometers or 5 square miles. There are 14 pyramids and you can climb most of them. During our 3-hour exploration of the site, we only saw one other couple. It is amazing that a site so impressive is so rarely visited. Another thing that we enjoyed about this site is the fact that it's close to Tepeyahualco, which is home to a beautiful hacienda hotel and restaurant where we were able to enjoy a delicious lunch while watching peacocks stroll through their courtyard. Afterwards, we drove just a little further up the road and were able to see 2 spectacular volcanic crater lakes. All in all, this day remains one of our most magical in all of Mexico.
We hope you found this video informative and that it's inspired you to visit some of Mexico's amazing archaeological zones. If this kind of vacation interests you, we'd highly recommend staying around Expu Hill to visit Calakmul, Bacan, and numerous other sites that are clustered in that area.
I would also recommend maybe staying near Sakalum or Uxmal to explore more of Rutapuk, which also has a high density of very impressive archaeological zones. As always, thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them down below. We went ahead and linked all of the videos featuring these archaeological sites down below. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check those out.